let me finish with this. Let me talk some cricket. Let me first start with the Big Bash, and I myself have been really getting into the Big Bash recently. Every night there's a game on, and I love watching cricket every single night, especially Big Bash. It's been great to watch. It seems like all these games matter now. All these teams are putting their best performances together, and it's all being very interesting. The current ladder reads as so. First are the Adelaide Strikers. Second are the Perth Scorchers. In third place are the Sydney Sixers and Sydney Thunder. In fifth place, the Brisbane Heat. Sixth place, we have the Melbourne Stars. And seventh, we have the Hobart Hurricanes. The Renegades are out of the final contention, so let's not even talk about them. Now, the top four is certainly surprising to me. I'll say this and I'll say this again, I'm still not sold on the Adelaide Strikers. I just don't think they have the bowling depth to compete against really good teams with a lot of batting, especially teams like the Melbourne Stars who can bat seemingly 10 deep, the Perth Scorchers who can bat 10 deep. The Adelaide Strikers, the bowlers have been performing well, and without Rashid Khan, it's going to be a serious test for them, because Wes Agar's been great, Peter Seal's been great, but how are they going to perform under the bright lights of the finals? I don't trust them. I just don't trust them. Now, the Perth Scorchers, I'll be the first to admit, I was wrong about this. I was completely wrong about this. I had written them off early in the season when they couldn't quite get things going, but they've managed to find a good rhythm. Jai Richardson has found a serious rhythm and is probably the best bowler in the competition right now. They have some great batting. Livingston, Jason Roy's finding some form, Colin Munro, all the imports are doing some serious damage. Ashton Turner, Mitchell Marsh, they have some good talent. Jason Behrendorff can bowl a little bit. He's pretty solid at the opening of the order. They've got Farwood Ahmed, a decent spinner in the middle overs. They have some talent, certainly. I don't think they're quite on the level as these other squads, but they're certainly a finals team. Although it's going to be tough because I still have Hobart making it to the finals, believe it or not. Now, Hobart has found some form. Matty Wade's back, and they've seemingly stuck with a team, which is one thing I've been asking of them for a long time. To stick with a solid team, and everything will work itself out. Seems like they've done that. They figured out that Wade and Shaw are going to open the batting with McDermott coming in at 3. Dawood Malan, these guys, Tim David. I call him Craig David in my head, sorry. It's just a funny joke I have to myself. He's also there as well. Riley Meredith, Nathan Ellis, Scotty Boland, some decent bowling attacks. Sandeep Lamashane, another great bowling attack. They are loaded, and I still think they'll find a way. They've got to string a few performances together, but I think they find a way into the top 4. The Melbourne Stars, I can't quite pick them to win enough games to get into the finals. I just don't see it happening. They have to go on a pretty hot streak to end the season, and I can't quite see it happening. The Sydney Thunder and Sydney Sixers, they just keep doing their thing. Just keep winning games. They're my final 4. So my final 4, my adjusted final 4. I still have the Adelaide Strikers out of my final 4, which might sound crazy, I know. But I had to make room. I think the Scorchers finished on top of the table. I think the Sixers are second. I think in third are the Sydney Thunder, and in fourth are the Hobart Hurricanes. Unlucky to miss out are the Melbourne Stars and the Brisbane Heat. The Brisbane Heat especially have been very impressive. They've won a lot of games, they've lost a few here and there, but they've been pretty good over the last sort of 6 or 7 games. Been pretty consistent. Still think they rely a bit too much on Chris Lynn on their batting side, and their bowling is a little weak for my liking. The Stars have so much talent, but they seemingly can't win these big games. I think that's pretty fair to say, especially given they haven't won a Big Bash before. They just don't win enough big games. And believe it or not, I'm sticking with my tip. I am tripling down on my take. I still think the Hobart Hurricanes have a chance to win it all. The thing is though, I know I sound crazy, and I totally understand if people think I'm off the chops and I'm just crazy and I'm just a fanboy for this team. And I'm not even from Hobart. I'm not even from Tasmania. I'm actually from Queensland. But that's a whole other thing. I am not a fanboy. I'm not favoritising. I'm just looking at the squads. Top to bottom, they have the most loaded squad in the competition. But I just think they're just making a few too many mistakes. Their coaching isn't quite there, and I think the captaincy is a little timid and not quite as aggressive as I'd like. But yeah, long story short, I'm sticking with Hobart. Believe it or not, I'm going to stick with Hobart. This is going to sound crazy. I know people are going to be all over me for this. People are going to be seriously questioning if I'm from Hobart, if someone's paying me off or something. But I can promise you, no one's paying me to say this. I'm just saying it genuinely. I just think, if you look at this side, look at the squad, look at their batting, their bowling, their fielding, put it all together,